Hello and welcome back to Sherwood Park Toyota. Today we're looking at a Toyota Grand Highlander Platinum. It is a hybrid unit, and let's just dive right in. So starting up front underneath the hood, we have the engine compartment up here, of course. 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine, automatic transmission, has paddle shifter options. We'll see when we get up front. Gets up to 265 horsepower, 332 pound-foot of torque. And then, of course, up front, we have LED headlights, customized daytime running lights, fog lights down below. Across the front grille, you'll see these little round nodules. Those are your front parking sensors. And under that front logo is your front-facing camera. Also have a towing capacity up to 3,500. As you get along to the side, alloy wheels. Side mirrors have integrated turn signals, blind spot monitoring, and underneath we have additional cameras, contributing to the surround view camera effect with puddle lamps right next to them. Both of the front handles, we'll see this little dimple on the front corner. We'll take a look at that a little closer when we get to the driver's side. All of your rear windows do come with a factory tinting. Up top we have silver roof rails. And as we approach the back here, across your rear bumper, backup parking sensors here. You do have the option to install a hitch here. And then underneath your logo is your backup camera. To open up your rear space here, simply reach underneath the logo next to the camera and press the button. Inside here, you see that we have both second and third row seating in the Grand Highlanders because it is one of our larger vehicles. Both of them are able to be put down flat, such as the third row is right now. Second row, you see these little handle releases on the top outside corners. The same thing exists in the rear seats. Back here, you have these straps that you can use to pull the seats up from back here. Of course, we have the interior cargo cover across the back. This is able to be installed and then extend fully outward to be able to keep private everything you have stored in your rear space here. We also have the Toyota branded rubber mat lining. This is much easier to remove and clean than that carpet lining that you typically see inside most vehicles. It also helps to prevent any damage to the vehicle from your cargo and vice versa. Protects your cargo from your vehicle. Third row occupants have lots of legroom. In addition to that, they have their own charger spaces and plenty of cup holder storage spaces as well. Then in the back here, you have one of your JBL speakers on the left-hand side, as well as having a power adapter. On the right, you'll see this little vent-looking space. This is actually where your battery is located inside of. You do have a spare tire with this unit. To find that, simply look underneath. You'll find this little tab. Lift up the false floor there, and then you're able to access it through this space. You see that you do have the instructions notifying here, as well as all the tools that you would need to do so. Then, to close up your rear space here, you can reach up to the handles on the right-hand side. There's an optional kick sensors, and then you have the electronic buttons. This one is to simply close, and this is to close and lock. So we'll just give it a close for now. Next, let's take a look at the inside. So inside, you'll see your internal upholstery is the black leatherette and suede cloth combo. It does have almost a quilted sense to it. It has this lighter gray stitching, and we see these gold details all throughout the interior here. You do have controls on the sides of your second row seats to be able to lay the seats down flat, move them back and forth, or have it kind of sandwiched together in order to access your rear space here. We also have the step up with some texturing so that there's easy access to get to your third row, which again has tons of legroom as well as headroom as compared to other SUVs. Everybody back here has a great view of the panoramic moonroof overhead. In the middle, second row seat occupants have cup holders and storage space, more of that gold trim in here. On the back of your front passenger and front driver's seats, there is pouch storage. Back of the console is where you have both heated and cooled rear seats for your second row passengers, as well as their own AC unit. It can be controlled from up front as well, but otherwise you can simply leave it to them so that everybody can have their own comfortable temperature settings. Charger options on either side as well as down below, and we currently have the rubber mat lining throughout the unit, although all units also come with carpeted mats. Inside the door, black leather with light gray stitching, lots of storage spaces. You also have the built-in sunshades here, extend upwards and lock into place up top here, keeping the sun out of everybody's eyes without impeding on your view. Just as easily, this unhooks and goes back down, going in completely flush with your door frame. Then up front on the handle, again, we have this little dimple. This indicates keyless entry, so if you have your key fob on your person, you can simply tap your hand here to lock and unlock here. Inside, we have our look at some of this textured wall paneling that you'll see throughout. Then you, of course, have your power windows for front and back. You have your window lock, power lock system, and side mirror controls. Up top here, this allows you to fold your mirror in flat with the body of your unit. This can be done automatically or using this control manually. Next to your handle is your memory seat settings, which of course means electronic seat adjustment. Back, front, up, down, and lumbar support. You have another Grand Highlander plaque down below. Then you have your hood release and your gas release on the bottom left-hand side of your dash. You have a little storage compartment just above that. Then controls for automatic headlamps, heated leather steering wheel, AC 120 volt, and power trunk release. More of that texturing and gold trimming. You have your odometer, trip, and dash brightness. Hop up here and take a look at your steering wheel. First thing up top, of course, we have those paddle shifters as mentioned up top. On the left, controls for the dash display. Then you have your hands-free communication and volume control. Right-hand side, radio controls on the bottom, adaptive cruise control up top, including sonar and lane departure. Then up top here, you'll notice this little inset black box on your dash. If you look upwards, this does reflect. It's a little bit hard to see, but right here you'll see a couple of little numbers. This is your heads-up display. This way you can keep an eye on some of your pertinent information without having to take your eyes off the road to look back and forth. That way you always know what's going on without being distracted. In the middle here, we have your infotainment display screen. Big, huge screen reaches the whole way across here. Bottom left is your volume. Aside from that, you have optional navigation. Then you have all of your audio listening, AM, FM, and satellite radio, full Bluetooth connectivity, including Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and an optional USB adapter. Under that, you have your phone connectivity, all of your vehicle information. You can have your climate display up top for front and rear, as well as your additional options for your de-icer in the rear and your Eco Heat Cool. Then you have your trip information and your energy flow. Since this is a hybrid, it gives you a great idea of what is happening, and you get even more information if your vehicle is actively driving. You can see how the whole system works together. Under that, you have all of your general menu settings. You have Bluetooth, general, Wi-Fi display, sound media, all of that is included. Then underneath, this is where you have your climate control center. Dual climate control up front so that you and your front passenger can have your own unique temperature settings or sync them up to have it work in unison. Again, options to control your rear climate through here. Defrost for your front and rear windshield, as well as the defog for the rear windshield. Then you have 3 variant levels for both heated and cooled front seats. Green light for cool, orange light for heat. Under that is your 4-ways. At the bottom, you have your push start ignition. This triggers your surround view camera, so if you give that a press and look upwards, you now see that your infotainment gives you a full view. You can pause this at any time to take a closer look or change what angle you're looking at things from. To make it go away, simply reach down and press your button again, and now your infotainment is back to its original display. Next to that, you've got your USB charger options, and then we have all of the storage space reaches all the way back in here, and then on the right, you'll notice this little black pad with a glowing green dot. This is a wireless charging pad. It is compatible with all wireless charging devices. It's really nice the way that this is set up. It is inset inside of here, so that if you have your phone here, it's not going to go flying as soon as you shift into drive. Aside from that, you can still see if you have notifications coming in or out, but your phone stays charged, you have an eye on it, and it's not in the way of anything else. Behind that, tons of storage space all throughout the middle here. You have your gear shift with more of those gold touches. Parking brakes behind that, traction control, all of your driving modes. We have the mud and sand, rock and dirt, normal, sport, and eco. And then you have your snow option and downhill assist. Back here is your console space. Inside you have a movable tray as well. On the right-hand side of your dash, you have more of that black glossy accent and the gold, as well as having a charger option purely there for the use of your front passenger. Then overhead on your rearview mirror, you have these controls with 1, 2, or 3 dots. Those are your garage door openers. Aside from that, normal rearview mirror back here, but if you flip the switch, it now becomes a camera view looking out the back. This is a great feature because if you have anything inside here, be it people or cargo, and it keeps getting in your way and keeps blocking your view, you can completely skip over that, circumvent everything inside, and simply look right behind you and always have an eye on the road, not being distracted by everything and everyone inside. Overhead, sunglasses compartment, SOS button, overhead lighting controls. You also have the controls here for that beautiful panoramic moonroof. Thanks again, folks, for joining us on this full video tour for this Toyota Grand Highlander Platinum in the color blue. It is located here at Sherwood Park Toyota at 31 Automall Road in Sherwood Park, Alberta. You can also reach us at 780-306-7703, and remember, life is full of choices. Let us be yours.